That's the job every time. Okay. So, hey, Lori, you are doing a great job.
Thanks.
Nice job. You know what? You haven't done anything wrong. I'm going to ask you to go ahead and remove the tobacco, okay?
Okay.
You're doing a great job. Okay. Brenda, I know this
Right
is
in my
hard.
face.
I am in your face, but did you notice I'm chewing gum? I know this is hard. Can you sit here quietly? You know it's hard.
You the one talking.
I'm going to ask you to go ahead and enter the safe seat. Can you do that on your own or do you need some help?
My seat is safe just where it is.
I'm going to get some help.
Go ahead, because you need it.
Okay, that's what I'm doing right there, okay? Honestly, I cannot.
Precious.
My human nature instinct is to talk her into it and to stay there. All I'm going to do is escalate the situation, and now I'm taking teaching time away, right?
What was
And
that
she-
last thing you said? I didn't hear the last thing you said.
What was the last
Before
thing?
you left.
Oh, I'm going to get some help.
Okay.
I'm going to get some help. So, now, let's come back and follow up, okay? And I'm going to pull a chair around. This would be private again, okay? And I'm going to try and talk loud enough, okay? If I don't, let me know. And we would not actually have her slightly in front of me. We would be more side to side, okay? And I'm going to say, this is later. Don't, I don't care. Don't do it in front of other kids if you can absolutely help it, which means you're going to be giving up some time. Now, the goal of this is twofold. One, I want to reestablish my relationship with her, okay? Because kids think when you're sent away, you're mad. When I get sent away from you, you're mad at me,
So
okay?
this is after you put a child in the same
This
seat
is after
they're returning
they've been
from
moved. Yes.
a buddy room.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Did
when
you all get that?
when
It's
you
after.
get help, they're going to the safe seat.
Nope. When I've already asked her to go to safe seat, so when I get help, they're leaving the room. Okay. Now we talked about one of the administrators might bring them back, but if they do, it's going to be back to the safe seat. And we talked about that this morning. Brenda and Reneth and Willie. If they bring them back, they're coming back to a safe seat, not back to their regular seat. Okay.
In that scenario, why didn't you offer her the buddy room?
Because I didn't. There wasn't an intention behind that. Okay. If you want to say, can you go to the buddy room? That's fine.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So now we're private. Okay. My first goal: reestablish my relationship. My second goal: hold her verbally accountable. Okay. So, Brenda, how you doing? Okay. Looks like you're not ready to talk. And two things I want you to know. One, I'm not mad. And two, you're not in trouble. I do want to fix this so we can get you back in class. I want you in class. So then that's it. See, I didn't work harder than her. Now, fast forward, June 2017. Okay. I'm coming back and I'm saying, how you doing? Good. Hey, I'm going to tell you something. I have missed having you be a participant in class because you were so smart. Can we talk about what happened? Okay. The first thing I want you to know is I'm not mad and you're not in trouble. And I'm going to ask you, are you mad at me? You just don't like me. Okay. Okay. So I want to talk about if there's something I do that causes you not to like me, but I want to postpone that. Okay. Notice I didn't go there because as teachers, sometimes we want to jump right into, but I do like you and blah blah, right? Okay. We don't need to go there. She can not like me. I get paid the same amount. Okay. So I want to say, let's talk though. Okay. Tell me why I asked you to move earlier.
I was disrupting the class, stopping people from learning.
Mm-hmm. Good job being honest. So, when I ask you to move, would I say you made a good choice, or you made things better or made things worse? What would I say? I want you to think about that, okay? Because what I'm going to ask you to do is answer my questions without saying I don't know. If you can do that now, we can keep talking. If not, that's okay. We'll stop and we'll try again later. Can you think about why I thought you made the situation worse?
Probably because I was still talking.
Absolutely. Great job. Great job. What would have happened if you had moved to the safe seat when I asked you to? Would I have made a phone call to the office? Would I have made a phone call to the office? No. Do you think we still would have talked?
Knowing you, yes.
Knowing me, that's right, because I'm a talker, aren't I, sister? Okay, so, tell me this. When you don't like, did you think I was unfair?
No,
Okay. Did you like what I said or did not like what I said?
did not.
Okay. So when you don't like what adults say, do you tend to make things better or make things worse?
Yes.
You're doing a great job. Okay, so here's the thing. When you make things worse, what happens?
Call my mom.
Do you like me to call your mom?
No.
Would you, if I was going to call your mom, would you rather me say positive things or negative things?
Positive.
Do you want me to call her after this conversation?
So I get my phone back.
I want you to have your phone back, okay? So when I call her, what do you want me to talk about? Just the problem that happened or the solution we also came up with? Okay. So tell me this. Could you let me help you so you don't have to be in trouble when you don't like what adults say?
I guess.
If I said we could help you, would you work hard or would you not work very hard?
I work hard.
Okay. So let's talk about then. When an adult says something you don't like, right now you tend to get kind of snarky. Would you agree?
Snarky.
I know that was a bad word. Would you say you get respectful or disrespectful when you don't like what adults say?
Disrespect.
So what would be a way you could respond in a respectful way, but still let adults know how you feel? Would it be better to refuse to do what they say or to say, I need a few minutes?
Say I need a few.
Should your voice be calm or angry? Should you move to the safe seat or stay where you are? If you go to the safe seat by choosing to yourself, do you think we need to have this conversation? Okay. Okay. So if you say to me, I need a few minutes, and you go to the safe seat, what do you think I'm going to say? Come back when you're ready, or stay until I talk to you?
Stay in touch.
Yes, I'm going to say come back when you're ready. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, here's the thing. How many times a day do you think we should practice that? I know that feels stupid because you're a middle school kid. I know. Hey, does coach ever ask you to practice?
Just once.
Just once. I'm going to be harder than coach then. So I'm going to ask you to practice either 3 or 4 times. What do you want? I know it's ridiculous, isn't it? You want 3 or 4? 3. Okay. Great. Hey, you know what? I'm not going to ask you to do this right now. But I am going to ask you to apologize to me for being disrespectful. I know, but I'm not asking you to do it right now. Why do you think I would ask you to do that and don't answer that right now? I'm going to come back later and say, why did I ask you to apologize? Then I'm going to ask you if you're ready to apologize. Okay? Great. You did a great job. All right. So that's the follow-up conversation. Now, that probably took 6 or 7 minutes, didn't it? Okay. So 6 or 7 minutes, when am I going to find that? Okay, here's the other reason you have to use all of your tools and not just send kids out. You don't have time to do that with 8 kids a day, right? So you've really got to be smart about it. I use my tools, but I balance it with I don't let that kid keep other kids from learning, okay? So I use my tools to make sure that our learning environment continues. So when I have to, I move the kid, and then I follow up with the conversation. Now, the conversation is only that long with our most disruptive kids. It's not that long. Like, I moved Lori to the safe seat, but it's October, and this is the first time I moved her. I'm gonna say this. I moved her from talking. I'm gonna say this. What were you doing?
Talking,
What are you gonna do next time?
not talk.
Perfect. That's all I'm doing, which is what you already do, right? Because she's not chronic. This one here, though, she's chronic. And you are an incredible kid. Gosh, I need you to travel with me. How do you feel about flying? Marcy, give me a behavior you had happen this year.
Calling someone a name.
Calling someone a name, playing around, or being mad.
Mad.
Okay.
Well, playing around, which led to being mad.
Okay. So when I saw it, it was the being mad part, right? Okay. So I sent Stephanie to the safe seat for being mad. Now, what she's got to be sure to tell me, as any good kid will, is that, but I didn't see so-and-so calling her or messing with her, right?
Right.
Okay. And first time is going to be compliant. Here's step one. You doing okay, Steph?
Yeah,
Are you at a point where we can talk?
I guess.
Okay. So, hey Donna, will you do me a favor? Will you just tally the number of questions I asked? And that was 2 so far. Okay. So while we talk, I want 2 things from you. One, I want you to know you're not in trouble. So that means I want you to be really honest, okay? And 2, I don't want you to say I don't know because you'll know the answer. Can you do that?
I think so.
So tell me what I saw and why I asked you to move to the safe seat.
I called somebody a name.
Okay. What was going on when I saw that? Because you looked mad to me.
Yeah, they were messing around and messing with me and made me mad.
You know what I think? I think you had a great reason to be upset. That was step 4, by the way. Okay. I think you had a great reason to be upset. When you were upset, this is step 5. When you were upset, what did you do?
Called him a name. Yelled out, called him a name.
Step 6. Okay. Let me ask you this. When you didn't like what the other kids were doing, did you make things better or make things worse?
Made things worse.
So tell me this. Can you let me help you so you don't have to be in trouble when other kids do things you don't like?
I guess.
So what would it sound like when other kids do things you don't like? What would it sound like? Step 8, by the way. What would it sound like for you to be able to let them know? Because would you agree that when you called them a name, that let that person know you were upset?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any way you could let them know without doing it in a way that would get you in trouble?
I don't know.
Could you let me help you with that?
Yeah.
Would it be better to call people names or to say that really makes me angry?
It really makes me angry.
If you say that, do you think I'm going to want your voice to sound calm or angry?
Calm, but it's gonna be hard.
Okay. I know it's going to be hard. If, when you say that really makes me angry to someone and it doesn't work, what should you do next? Start cussing or go tell an adult?
Tell an adult.
Okay. When you say that really makes me angry, where's a good place for you to go? Would you stay with the kids or move to a different place?
Move to a different place.
If it's in the classroom, where's a place you can move to?
Safe seat.
Yeah, you're doing a great job. Let's talk about how many times a day we could practice. What I'd like you to do is carry a triage pass. And if I pick, it's going to be 7 times. But how many times a day would you want to practice with your teachers? 5 or 7?
I think I only need 5.
Okay. So I would show the kid the triage pass, and I would say, by the end of the day, you have to have 5 initials on here. Okay. Any 5 teachers, but you have to have 5 initials on here. Okay. So I know that you were mad at Marcy. Okay. Tell me, do you think I'm going to ask you to apologize?
Yeah.
Why do you think I would ask you to apologize?
Because
Do you know what that needs to look like? Are you going to be able to do it later today or tomorrow?
I think I'm gonna need to wait till tomorrow.
Okay. Do you need me to supervise it, or can you just do it on your own?
I can do it on my own.
Do you think tomorrow when Marcy comes to class, I'm going to ask her if you apologized?
Yeah.
And if you haven't apologized yet, where do you think I'm going to ask you to sit?
Safe seat.
Okay. Good. All right, so I'm a kid, and here's what happened. Miss Callis pissed me off because she doesn't even like me, and she's always picking on me. And so I just said, I'm about sick of it, and I said, F you, and walked out of the room. Okay? And then the security officer grabbed my ass and dragged me down to the office. Stupid. And then Willie, he's new here. He thinks he's all tough. He gave me a suspension. Hate him too. Stupid. Now I'm coming back. And I gotta make it right with Miss Callis. Okay? Alright.
Hey Marty, how you doing? You know, I really miss you in class, but I can see this is really hard for you right now, so I'll come back later and check on you. That's it. Because I'm not gonna push that anymore. I can see you can't hear me. So then, this is gonna be. Let me make sure that we preface that this is. She's been taken out of the class, or she walked out. Security got her. This is the next day when she comes back into class. Or I've gone to go see her somewhere. Somebody's covered for me. I've gone to see her in buddy room, or I've pulled her out of a class.
Or ALE.
Right.
That might be an
right.
ALE
Right.
thing, right?
Right.
Okay.
And so this is my second day. I've come back, and let's just say that let's say you're an ALE. Let's just say that, okay? And I come back in, and obviously she doesn't like to be touched. So I'm just gonna say, hey Marty, can I put my hand on your shoulder?
I don't want to be touched.
Okay. Good job using your words to let me know that. How you doing today?
Fine.
So, when we have this conversation, I just want to let you know that
You're taking away my educational rights. My mom, I talked to my mom last night. She said, according to Senate Bill 100, I don't know what that means, but according to Senate Bill 100, you can't take me out of the classroom.
you know I hear you saying your mom
Whatever.
really cares about your education. And
I don't
that's
care
really
what
great.
you hear me saying.
I know this is really tough.
It's not tough, it's stupid.
We'll try
Don't-
again tomorrow.
I don't want
I
you to
have
touch me.
Yeah.
Okay? Is that looking like a little bit like one of your kids? With a little more profanity added in?
Not really. It's about right on the mark, actually.
Maybe a little.
Okay. This time I'll look ready, but I won't be. And this is the time that's going to really suck you in because you're going to think, oh my God, here we go, we're going to get it done, and I still have time to go to the bathroom. Okay?
Make copies.
Okay.
Hey Marty, how you doing today?
I'm fine. I'm ready to talk.
I'm really glad.
Oh
Really
my
miss you
God,
in
I'm
class.
tired.
So when we have our conversation today, just want to let you know that I won't ask you anything that you won't know the answer to, so you won't need to say I don't know. And I need your voice to sound like mine. Is that going to be calm or is that going to be loud? It's so hard to talk louder because when you're processing, you never talk that loud. Is your voice going to be calm or is it going to be loud?
What should it be or what will it be?
What can you do today?
I need to keep it calm.
Okay, good job, good job. So, yesterday, or when class the other day, what was I worried about?
Probably worried how you're unfair to me.
So, when I ask you to do something, does it feel like I'm being unfair?
Yeah, all the time. My mom said when you had her, you were unfair then too.
And you know,
Talked to my grandma, see if she said the same thing.
and you know what? This is my fault. I didn't set this. I didn't let you know this earlier. But
You're right, it is your fault.
when we have this conversation,
Oh my God, how long are you gonna talk?
and you know what? I care too much about you to keep going with this conversation when you're not ready. So I'll wait until tomorrow, okay? I'll come back and show you. So, and then it's over again. But let me also say that sometimes when you have tough kids and they can do this, you may have a kid that doesn't want to process because for some reason, they think, if I don't ever have to process, we'll never have to go back to class. But what you can do at that point, especially when you're first starting with this, is get some help from somebody else. We can make this not just the two of us. We can either add in a teacher that she really trusts, a teacher that
I trust Willie
that
until
she-
you kick me out.
and have that person be what we call as a transfer of relationship. So maybe Willie can be part of that conversation to help, because if she sees that Willie's allowing me in the conversation, then he trusts me. So she's going to start to feel that as well. Because what you will find is you're going to get stuck with he won't process or she won't process and they're not ready. And so if it gets to that point, don't be afraid to ask for help, because we have a lot of great resources here to help with that. Sure. Hey Marty, how you doing?
I'm good, Miss Callis. I'm ready to talk.
That's great. I'm so glad.
Yeah.
So, what are one of the things we talked about? What your voice needs to sound like when we talk? Does it need to be
Calm.
Very
I
good.
need to be calm.
Very good.
I am calm now.
And when I ask you a question, I need you to answer it and then just stop. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you mean you don't want me to tell stories?
Right. Think you can do that?
Probably.
I think you can too, because we've had some great conversations, and you do a lot of good contributing class. So, what was I worried about in class the other day?
Well, you were worried because, well, can I be honest?
Yes.
I thought you were picking on me, and then I got really mad, and I said, F you, like that, and then walked out of the room, and so you were worried that I was cussing, you were worried that I was disrespectful, probably worried that I left the classroom, but you might have been a little bit happy about that. So that's probably what you were worried about.
Sounds like you got a lot of good reasons to feel like I was being unfair.
Yeah, because, Miss Callis, I don't mean to be unkind, but it's even like you say my name more often than anybody else's, and sometimes I'm not the only one doing it.
You know what? I don't want you to get in trouble because you feel like things are unfair.
I don't want to be in trouble either, but then you keep saying my name all the time.
So, can you let me help you to not get in trouble when you think things are
I don't know,
unfair?
because my therapist, she said that I probably need more medicine. I just got to throw that in, man.
That has come up. That has come
Yes.
up.
I don't know if you can even help me, but I wish somebody would.
So, when okay, so when you feel like things are unfair, or you feel like the adults are being unfair, would it be better for you to say, I feel like this feels unfair, or to yell out?
What's going to be better?
Which is going to be better?
It's going to be better to say this feels unfair.
And let me go back one and ask you, when you think things are unfair, you think the adults are being unfair, do you make things better or do you make things worse?
Almost always worse. My mom said I'm just like my dad.
So I don't want you to get in trouble that way. I want to stop for just a second and let you know, I did not go in that exact order. Did you hear that? I kind of went back to the other ones. So this processing, the order that you go in is not as important as the intention that you have in every question that you ask for a student. So don't feel like if I don't get this all straight that I've done it wrong. It's really about the intention. So I'm glad that you're going to let me help you. Okay?
Yeah, I want help.
So
Can I tell you what my teacher did in elementary?
is it something to do with your behavior?
Yeah.
Help you? Okay.
She was my favorite teacher ever. I loved her, but she took early retirement. I guess they said it was like stress related or something. I don't know, but she had me like every day. I had to come in and I had to talk to her about if I thought things were unfair, what I would say, and I did really good. Like I got a lot better. But then she retired in January, and then the sub. Oh my God. That was so bad. The sub was so bad. I saw her the other day in this building too.
So it sounds like that your teacher, what grade was it?
That was 5th grade.
Okay. Sounds like
Because
your
I'm in
teacher-
6th, remember?
Yes, and I'm so glad you're in 6th grade with us. So it sounds like your teacher in 5th grade had you doing what we call triage.
She used that word too, but I didn't know what it meant. Because my mom said something about mash.
So what? Do you play any sports, Marty?
Yeah, I'm basketball. And my coach said I'm fast.
Ah. So does your coach ask you to practice?
Yeah.
Yeah. And does that practice make you better or worse?
Feel better or feel worse or just better at the game?
Make you better at the game.
Yeah, I'm probably the best free throw shooter we got.
That's fantastic.
You should come to my game once.
Maybe I will. So one of the things I'd like to help you with is practice getting better at when you think things aren't fair, the adults are being unfair, that you can have a response that doesn't get you in trouble. So with that practice is what we triage.
That's what my teacher did.
Well, there you go. It sounds like you'll be able to do it really well then.
I'm pretty good at it.
Would you like to do that 4 or 5 times a day?
Probably 3.
Okay, so if I choose, it's going to be 5.
I'll pick 4, please.
Okay. So what we're going to do is, and I'm show her the triage form, and we talk about the questions maybe even, which questions will be good for
I want you to
her.
ask me what I'll say if it's unfair.
Okay, so
I got a hangnail.
which will happen too in the conversation.
Kind of hurts. Can I go to the nurse?
I think you'll be fine. So, when you think things are unfair,
Mhm.
are you gonna is it gonna be better to respond with I think this is unfair, or yell?
I think this is unfair.
Okay, we talked about that a minute ago, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're talking
So-
about it again.
We are, because that's gonna be part of our triage. So I just wanna make sure you had the right answer.
Yeah, I think this is unfair. In a calm voice.
Yeah.
Don't shout it out.
Very good. Is that what your teacher taught you last year in 5th grade?
Yeah,
Awesome.
I told you.
Awesome.
I was doing good until the sub came in.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have you carry around this triage pass.
Yeah.
Each day you'll get a new one.
Yeah, she gave me a practice pass. That's what she called it.
And so you said you wanted 4. So 4 times a day. You need to find a teacher, 4 different teachers during the day.
I know who I'm going to go to.
Awesome. And practice that with
Wait, can I go to Miss Redneth sometimes?
Yeah. Would it be better for you
I like
to just,
her.
let me ask you about that. Would it be better for you to just to walk in her office and say, hey, I'm ready to triage?
Mm-mm.
How do you think you should do that?
I got to talk to her about when I could come in.
Fantastic. You're doing such a great job.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe she gets here early every morning. Maybe I'll go there.
Okay. So, when you know, we kind of talked about this before, but when you do something that's kind of hurtful, what do we usually do afterwards to make
Oh,
things
I
right?
know. I got to apologize.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Okay. Okay.
I know I got to look at you too.
Good job.
Miss Collins, I'm sorry for saying fuck off. F off. This is a fun game because you get to do that with your colleagues. I'm sorry for saying F off. Next time I think you're unfair, I'm gonna say, this feels unfair. Can you accept my apology?
Yes, I can. Awesome.
Oh my goodness, okay. How many minutes do you think that took? A little while.
7:32.
7:32. An hour and a half. Laura, shh. You sit quietly over there. Okay, seriously, if I left out my goofiness, okay, you should be able to have that conversation in 5 minutes. So, if you're getting a kid out of class, you talk about the last 5 minutes of class. Now, not without a teacher's permission, because they may be teaching right up to the bell. I'll be honest, we say bell to bell, but a lot of times we're doing some independent things by the end of the hour, right? You may have to do it during a lunchtime. And I don't know what your lunch shifts look like, if it's all one grade level at a time or not. Okay, so here's your job. Practice.